Hey guys, welcome back to the video. Pro Gamer here, and in today's video, I'm gonna be going over everything that happened in today's Spooky Festival, as it got a huge update. I'm gonna be going over everything that came with it, and yeah. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. So I wasn't actually able to record this during Spooky Fest. I did it, but I wasn't able to actually do or record during it, and I didn't know, but they changed it around a lot. First of all, in the Fearmonger, you can now buy an Echolocator, which points towards Megabats. Megabats are kind of like bat pinatas that spawn naturally. Each time you hit it, you get a candy. Except, the thing about this is they have 100 health. So you get 100 candy per Megabat that you find, basically. Next thing they added the Candy Relic. So an upgraded version, very expensive, but if you're rich, you can do it. They also added nothing to the couple first ranks. However, they added something called a Witch Mask. So instead of the Vampire Mask, it's now a Witch Mask. What this Witch Mask does is it's actually very cool. It's kind of like your own mini Spirit Scepter. Whenever you have it around, it'll summon 2 bats that will follow you and attack nearby enemies, dealing 4,000 damage. So it's kind of like always having a Spirit Scepter around. So these are my 2 bats, and if I walk up to a mob, they will blow it up. See? Blow it up, and they respawn almost instantly. And now we've got 2 more bats. At least I think so. I can hear the noise. And they're just going around and killing everything. So this thing is actually insane. It's very, very similar to the Vampire Mask in health-wise, how it's weird numbers. However, there's a lot of new recipes as well, and a lot of new changes. I'm gonna go. I don't even know. This is just crazy. But so when the Spooky Festival spawns, there's a couple changes. Again, I'm really sorry I don't have clips for this, but when it spawns, if you kill a mob, there's a chance that it will drop a trick-or-treat box. It looks like kind of like a dungeon chest, except orange and pumpkin-y. You open that trick-or-treat box, and it'll either be a trick or a treat. For the treat, it'll give you candy and some sort of new item, such as the spooky cupcakes, candy corn, and I believe the Person Talisman. The Person Talisman. Go over all the stuff for that in just a sec. So they added all those things you can get. The cupcake is insane. It grants the pet 30 strength and 20 speed. I highly recommend using it. Candy corn, I don't know what it gives, but I'm going to test that out right now and see if it's good. And in addition to all those things, in the graveyard and over here in this area, spooky mobs will spawn. These mobs, there's a couple different options of ones that can spawn. And all these mobs have like 15-10 health, but you have to hit them 15 times. So they're like the one-hit things where you can't do 10,000 damage to them. Your weapon or your fist or whatever only does 1 damage. And there's a spawn in the graveyard. There's a couple options of mobs that spawned. There's a spirit, which will copy whatever armor, weapon, and stats you have, except not quite as strong. Then there's a trick-or-treater, which is like a tiny baby zombie, similar to a mimic, if you know what that is. That has 10 health, and will run around and try to hit you. Then there is a thing called the Wither Gorder or something. It's got like a wither skeleton with a pumpkin on its head. And when you kill it, it will drop these Blasto-Lanterns. Now these do 4,000 damage to 8,000 damage. I'm assuming it scales with mana. So if I put this on, these are kind of like the Bonzo staff. Yeah, 29,000 damage. 29,000, so on and so forth. And that's pretty much all the and then there's also Scary Jerry. I think all of them can have a chance to drop candy, but that's besides the point. However, they added a lot of new recipes. If you go into the recipe tab in the special recipes, you can see all the ones we've had before, and then some new ones. The Bat Person Ring, crafted with spooky shards, ectoplasm, and the Bat Person Talisman. A Bat Person Artifact, with more ectoplasm and more spooky shards. You get a Bat Person Talisman, it's a rare drop from the spooky mobs or the chest, I believe. There's no crafting recipe for it. You get ectoplasm from killing the spirits. There's a chance that the spirits will spawn, they copy your stats and everything. There's a chance to get ectoplasm from them. The market for ectoplasm is insane right now. It changes so much. Now it's only at 30k, but like if you try to buy it, it will say there's an error. So the market for that is insane. But that lets you get the Bat Person Talisman Artifact. Ring Artifact Talisman. Bat Person Artifact has a very, very cool ability that I really want to test out. You gain 10 defense, strength, and intelligence for each bat you have summoned. So this works for the Spirit Scepter, Witch Mask, and the Bat Pet. So if I put on the Witch Mask, and I've got my Bat Pet equipped, and I have 3 bats around me. Meaning, I would gain 30 strength and 30 defense. But, if I was to have Spirit Scepter on, each bat that I summon with that, I could get a lot more stuff. So, I'm really looking forward to testing out all of these different things. I think this is an insane update. I'm going to go more into depth about each little thing. In addition to that, they also had the ability of a Vampire Witch Artifact. It's 7 ectoplasm, Witch Mask, Vampire, and it basically combines the stats of both of them. So very cool. Again, I really want to test it out. In addition to that, they also added the Ghoul Blaster, which looks like the Pheasant Scythe, I'm going to assume. And it deals 100% more damage to spooky enemies during the Spooky Fest. It's 64 purple candy, 32 ectoplasm, and 8 spooky shards. Next thing we got, Blast a Lantern. You can craft with pumpkin guts. I actually don't know how you get pumpkin guts. So, yeah, I have no idea. I'm assuming from mining pumpkins, but I have no idea how you get pumpkin guts. With this, to craft 32 Blast Lanterns, which then you can craft into a, pumpkin launcher, which is basically the same thing, except I can hold a lot more Blast Lanterns. So that's insane. There's that, you got the Candy Sack, which is basically your trick-or-treat bag, but a lot better. Basically goes from like holding that much to 20,000. So, very, 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 very cool. But this update, this is really cool. I think this is the first time it's been out, but you can get some insane stuff from it. We don't even know the extent of all of it. I'm definitely going to make videos on all of these things in the future, so stay tuned for that. But I want to see what the Candied ability does really quick. And then I'll probably end off this video. This is very unorganized. I just want to see what it does. Candy corn. Oh. That's pretty cool. So it gives health, defense, and the ability to double jump. So, very, very cool. They cost you 150k. So, that's pretty cool. I think that'd be useful for Bat Person. And that's pretty much it. But for Bat Person, that would be very, very useful. So, yeah. If you want to see any other videos about all these, I'm going to be testing more in depth the Witch's Mask, the Vampire Witch Mask, the Bat Person Artifact, and all of those things, and going over all of it. So, if you want to see that, Leave a like down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.